Alright, it is 1:42 p.m. Friday, November 12th, 2021. I first wish to raise a complaint with whoever causes the song selection on the radio to be what it is on any given day. Just right in the dick. I'm attempting to use humor to cope for the moment. Because these fucking songs on the radio today. Alright. This is coming and going. I'm not crying constantly, but it's coming and going. It's a natural thing, so I beg no pardon. I have an appointment to go sit in the waiting room between 3:15 and 3:30 at a local animal clinic. They've got some emergencies to see to, but there may be some opening there toward the end of the day. That poor boy has just gotten worse. It's not going to get better, and even if we were able to, not at this point, it's been almost 2.5 days worth of time that he's had no circulation in his hindquarters. He's just kind of urinates when it comes out. I've had a t-shirt wrapped in. It's very brown, dehydrated, signaling possibly organ failure, as well as there's blood in it. He stopped eating and drinking entirely last night, and I'll just offer it to him now, and it's just, no, I'm okay. Fine, Mr. Gosling. Texted my friend, asked him to try and make some contact for me with ex-wife's first ex-husband, see if he could get a hold of the kids, because I don't have Facebook, I can't contact anyone, and I don't have anybody's numbers. My friend said he was unsuccessful, so did not anticipate hearing anything, and looked up the phone number for the clinic, and I literally, just a moment. Babies, please. Roger Smith. Roger, darling. Roger. They are also affected. And I'm keeping this in mind. I'm trying to keep them calm. So I went to dial a call, and that same friend called me to invite me to Thanksgiving if I had nowhere else to go this year. And I wanted to tell him how much I appreciated it, but I couldn't stop crying. So I explained what was up because he couldn't understand me. And I said, I'm sorry, man, but I literally hit send on the call and then you called. I'm trying to take care of this business. I'm sorry, I'll talk to you about it later. And so now I've got this appointment and I'm waiting, and it's the fucking longest hell of my life. I mean, that may sound stupid, but the reality is, of all of the loss that I have felt, of any of it that I was aware of in advance, there was anything I could do. But also the losses involved people who didn't live where I live. And in the case of my own mother, unfortunately, the way she got, I couldn't be around. And it wasn't that I was scared to deal with it was that there was manipulation and other stuff going on, and the rest of my family members on her side don't want to talk about that. Like, can't besmirch the dead. Okay, but there would have been negative consequences on me, which would have then affected my family at the time. And so, while it was a wait, it was a thing that we knew was coming for years. This shit came up like a month and a half ago, tops. Maybe 2. I'd had a bad dream about this, and, I knew that this guy was, by default, going to be the one with issues. When you neuter a cat, the testosterone that glands that they remove has other functions, and it involves his bodily health. It involves uh, when you remove them, their reproductive instinct becomes an eating instinct, and they often get very overweight. And while they're this morbidly obese, they become diabetic. Um, they get high blood pressure, heart disease, things like an enlarged heart. Um, Results eventually in things like anemia. Also, the lack of testosterone. Um, I don't know if you've ever noticed. I've not read science on this, but I'd say it's a fair supposition that leukemia of sorts happens in adults, but it is much more common in children. Um, so when you remove the reproductive organs, there are consequences to the health of the animal. So I just knew, because he already showed signs of kind of having issues with his back and stuff a couple years ago, that he would be the first one to go. I had hoped it would have been longer. There's a process to grieving. There are steps. They do not manifest uniformly in sequential order with a definite amount of time per step. Sometimes you double back. All told, I believe there are 7 steps. Most people think of about 5. The final 2 steps are catharsis, or healing, and moving on. So I'm basically myself past the denial, but these cats have yet to figure out. They know something's up, but I don't think they know about the time frame. But they definitely know something's up. So my task myself is to refrain from the anger part, try and move into the numbness, or try and advance on catharsis, because I've already been through grievous loss enough times that, relatively speaking, this is not a blood relative, but this is a ward of my care for its entire life. And after everything I've been through, my ability to love is so fucked up. And this is someone, it's my boy, that I could do that with, that didn't leave, and now he's going. And I've already caught myself bargaining so many times. That's the whole prayer thing. There was an underlying understanding, a realization that there was probably nothing that could be done. I've refrained from saying so many things on any public level. I've just been like, nothing's constructive in this matter. What's up? Somebody went charging the front room, but I keep finding myself like the freaking dog waiting for the owner to come home. Like, maybe just in case somehow word gets through and somebody comes. But I also know that's probably, or actually not happening, and probably for the best. I just, and I mean, I've got a couple of people I could call to come meet me, but it's folks I haven't spoken to in months. Um, I'm sure they would be glad to come, but I just feel awkward And it means that I'm going to take him down to this vet and I'm going to say my goodbye. And what I've decided is it snowed today. I'm just, for something to keep myself occupied in the meantime between, laying with my other cat babies and, mourning, is that I need to try and get my four-wheel drive on my truck. It just sleeted today and snowed. So I'm going to have to go get the U-joints that I need to put on, which means pulling some money from the bank, and then because of the proximity of the parts store and my place of employment, I'm going to go there and let them know I can't come in tonight and why. I notified the GM and she said I need to call the store, so I'm gonna walk in and explain, and then I'm gonna go down and see him off. Now I'm gonna get to the real purpose of this video. This is my dedication to Steebouquet. I have many dreams, very weird dreams. Sometimes things happen that didn't come true. Sometimes things happen that are not even close to it, and it's not meant to. There's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of meaning, and I don't personally, on any conclusive basis, understand the real origin of these things. I may state confidently on occasion, and these are also, confidence is driven from places that I don't fully understand. I don't doubt them necessarily, but I don't make any empirical claim. But I have had dreams of and some kind of a large inner sanctum, an audience hall of sorts. And I believe this to be one of the halls of a mentee, referred to in some occult literature. I've seen it with amphitheater seating. I've seen it as having a caduceus above the roof or the ceiling. That the spiritual and emotional healing between the living and the dead, and amongst each other is related to this place, according to the belief of it. So I have seen this. I've seen living relatives. I've seen dead relatives. I've seen people that aren't related to me that lived with me very briefly. And also, there was an entrance tunnel, like you go to the sports arenas or whatever, the large civic centers, and there's oftentimes a corridor hall to the balcony or whatever. And at least on one occasion, possibly twice, I've had dreams of this place with these tunnels, and in these tunnels, just outside of the main audience area, are animals, cats, other creatures that are emotionally complex. This could be, when in the Old Testament, there's I think Leviticus, there's rules about someone whose testicles are crushed or destroyed is not able to enter heaven. And so we neuter pets. We remove and destroy their gonads. Male and female, that's what that is. And, if there's a spirit or a soul to go anywhere that, but so these were, I just felt in the dream, these were the creatures that were lost, that, the ones that died alone and whatever else. And my dedication to my furry son is that one day, eventually, the time will come when I will see him in that hallway again. and everything will be okay. I want to state that I'm not in any kind of negative mood for myself. I'm not in any danger like that. I have to look after 5 other beautiful baby girls. And I think that's all I got. Um, Signing off. It's 2 o'clock. In about half an hour, I'm going to head to town to run a couple of those, those brief errands, get everything in line, so that when I get done at the doctor and I have this empty goddamn pet porter, that I can just try and, as calmly as possible, just drive home and try and work tomorrow, because it's not going to be good if I just take the whole weekend off on any angle for my job or for money or anything. But it's not going to be good if I work either. So, yeah. Everyone else, I pretty much guarantee, is having a better day, and I appreciate that fact on their behalf.